Chapter 73, The Operator's Gambit. The hum of Sublevel 7 had returned to its familiar rhythm, but Alara knew it was deceptive. The operator had escalated, and Nova's sensors were picking up subtle anomalies, movements in network traffic that weren't overt attacks, but reconnaissance, probing, testing vulnerabilities. Every line of code was a potential battlefield, and every human decision a potential leverage point. Alara leaned over the console, scanning streams of encrypted packets, each a whisper in the digital shadows. Nova, trace all unusual access points. Flag anything that deviates from standard operational patterns. Acknowledged, Nova responded. Preliminary analysis suggests multiple nodes exhibiting coordinated anomalies. Probability of human interference, 96%. Operator signatures consistent with previous interactions. Recommendation: high priority containment protocols and decoy deployment. Draven appeared at her side, face taut with concern. They're stepping up. This isn't just testing anymore. It's a calculated maneuver. They want something from us, or they're trying to manipulate the city indirectly. Alara's fingers hovered over the keyboard. They're playing a gambit. Every move is designed to provoke a response, to test our strategies, our cohesion, and our judgment. We need to anticipate not just the attack, but the intention behind it. The first overt sign came moments later. A communications node linked to city emergency services began transmitting corrupted directives. Nova immediately flagged the anomaly. Operator attempting indirect control of emergency response, Nova reported. Probability of miscommunication and system overload, 87%. Recommendation: isolate and reroute traffic through secure subroutines. Alara executed the countermeasure swiftly, redirecting signals through Nova's adaptive layers. Despite the precision, a nagging tension remained. This was no longer a simple intrusion. The operator was testing the team's decision-making under extreme pressure, observing who hesitated, who acted without verification, and who could be manipulated. Draven grimaced. It's subtle, but it's insidious. They're not just attacking the systems. They're attacking our minds, our instincts. Every move we make is being watched, analyzed, and countered. Alara's eyes flickered to Lyra, who had been quieter than usual, her gaze fixed on the displays. The operator's psychological reach had left its mark: hesitation, doubt, and the faintest tremor of fear. We can't let them fracture the team, Alara said softly. Trust is our defense, and it must be maintained, no matter what illusions they create. Nova's interface pulsed. Secondary anomaly detected. Covert data exfiltration attempts traced to multiple secure nodes. Operator using adaptive masking techniques to blend with routine traffic. Probability of detection without Nova's intervention, 12%. Alara's pulse quickened. They're trying to steal intel, our strategies, our countermeasures, maybe even personal data. Nova, deploy advanced decoy protocols. Feed false intelligence while protecting real assets. Decoys deployed. Probability of successful protection, 94%, Nova confirmed. The tension in the room was palpable. Every beep, every ping, every flicker on the monitors felt like a challenge, a taunt from the unseen operator. It wasn't just a game of technology, it was a chess match, each move layered with strategy, deception, and misdirection. Draven stepped back, rubbing his forehead. They're forcing us to think in layers, not just reactive, but anticipatory, and they're watching our reactions like a hawk. Alara nodded. Exactly. And that means our next move must be deliberate, precise, and almost counterintuitive. They expect direct countermeasures. Let's give them something else. She tapped into Nova's predictive modeling, overlaying multiple scenarios based on potential operator responses. Each scenario carried risks and benefits, ethical dilemmas and tactical consequences. We're going to bait them, she said, not with a trap they can see, but with controlled chaos. Let them think they're winning, while we gather intelligence on their methods and capabilities. Nova pulsed as it executed the plan, creating simulated vulnerabilities in peripheral city networks. Phantom alerts, false malfunctions, and decoy nodes all presented a believable pattern of success for the operator's intrusion. Moments later, an encrypted channel opened. A voice, distorted yet unmistakably human, echoed through the monitors. Ah, very clever. You think you can deceive me. The network is an open book, and every choice writes a line in it. How will you navigate the pages you've authored? Draven's jaw tightened. They're baited, but they know it. That voice. They're testing our confidence, trying to provoke mistakes or hesitation. Alara didn't flinch. Then we stay disciplined. Nova, continue feeding decoy nodes, maintain all protective overlays, and monitor for adaptive responses. Every data point is intelligence we can use against them. Affirmative, Nova said. Probability of operator engagement with decoys, 78%. Probability of detection, 65%. Recommended strategy, maintain deception while preparing adaptive countermeasures. Despite their preparation, the operator escalated. Unauthorized financial transactions began routing through phantom accounts. Subtle manipulations of the city's traffic control caused minor congestion, and utilities experienced fleeting disruptions, all designed to create panic without catastrophic consequences. Alara's mind raced. They're probing thresholds, seeing what we prioritize, what triggers human responses, and how we distribute attention. Every small event is a test, and the real target is our decision making. Draven gestured to the team. This is a gambit. They're sacrificing minor gains to see how we react. Observe the pattern, don't respond impulsively, and maintain perspective. The operator's strategy became clearer. Each simulated failure or minor disruption wasn't an attack, it was a psychological experiment. They were testing stress response, collaboration under duress, and ethical decision making. Suddenly, a personal message appeared on Alara's private terminal, untraceable by standard protocols. The text was simple, chilling. You cannot control everything, and you cannot trust all who stand beside you. Choose carefully whom you protect, for shadows linger even among allies. Alara's pulse surged. The operator wasn't just targeting infrastructure, they were targeting trust itself. Every choice from this point forward could have far reaching consequences, and every interaction with her team could be manipulated. Draven saw the change in her expression. What is it? She didn't answer immediately, but her mind racing. They're trying to see doubt, not in me, but in all of us. Every decision, every action, every ally, subject to suspicion. Nova's calm voice cut through her thoughts. Operator utilizing combined psychological and operational strategy. Probability of team trust erosion without intervention, 84%. Recommendation, transparency, verification, and adaptive trust reinforcement protocols. Alara took a deep breath. We proceed as planned. Maintain trust, communicate openly, verify all actions, and document every decision. No one acts in isolation, and no one is left unchecked. That's how we nullify their gambit. Hours passed in a tense equilibrium. Phantom attacks were countered, decoys engaged the operator, and the team worked with precision. But the operator's shadow loomed, a constant reminder that each success came with risk, each decision a potential trap. Late into the night, a breakthrough appeared in Nova's data streams. Anomalous traffic patterns suggested the operator had made a tactical miscalculation, a small but exploitable flaw in their adaptive approach. Alara's eyes gleamed with determination. They've slipped, Nova. Isolate the miscalculation, exploit it to map their network, and prepare a counter gambit. Acknowledged. Probability of mapping operator network 72%. Counter gambit readiness 68%. Nova confirmed. Draven nodded. This is our chance. The gambit is theirs, but we can turn it against them. Carefully, strategically, without overcommitting. Alara leaned over the console, fingers poised. Every move we make now is critical. One misstep, one reveal, and we lose the advantage. But if we execute perfectly, we can finally begin to turn the tables. The operator's gambit, intricate and insidious, was a masterclass in psychological manipulation and tactical strategy. But for the first time, Alara felt like they had an opening. An opportunity to reclaim control, to redefine the battlefield, and to expose the operator's methods. The lab hummed, machines pulsed, and Nova's presence radiated calculated confidence. Outside, the city remained unaware, its citizens moving through their routines as if nothing was happening. But beneath their feet, in Sublevel 7, a game of intellect, deception, and strategy unfolded. A game where every choice mattered, and the stakes were nothing less than control, trust, and survival. Alara exhaled, steadying herself. The operators played their hand. Now it's our move, and this time we dictate the terms.